Sure.
Just to go off, just to refute a couple of things that was actually mentioned at the opposing side. Narbe actually mentioned that top 10 includes Harvard, Stanford, Duke. These are all top 10 schools that are actually semester, but they're actually forgetting the fact that some schools like Harvard, Duke, and Stanford, as mentioned by him, are private schools, and they're actually differently funded, like Cal Poly Pomona. Cal Poly Pomona only really has one method of getting their money, which is from the Chancellor's office from California, and that budget itself is already divided within UCs, community college, and CSUs. So we really only get 1/3 budget that we should receive compared to schools like Stanford and actually like Harvard and Duke. Their tuition maybe per year could round up to $40,000 to $60,000 a year, while Cal Poly really charges our student for the whole year $6,000. So the quality of education that we are getting here, especially in engineering, like I said, one of every 14 students, one of 14 engineers in California are Cal Poly Pomona engineers, and they work at NASA and Boeing. The quality of education they are getting compared to the tuition is actually very high. Also, Cal Poly Pomona is a public school. It's a commuter school also. Actually, according to Cal Poly Pomona 2010 conversion task force for Cal Poly Pomona, 21.2 students on our campus actually live on campus, and 65% of the students are actually full-time or part-time student workers. So when Narbe was saying that only 11% of our graduates are four-year graduates, that's because most of our students are part-time or full-time workers, so they're part-time students. Like other schools, they're like San Diego State and Duke and Stanford, they're full-time students that live on campus and just only study. But most of our students, 65% of our students are actually they're working or they're currently in a full-time or part-time job. Thus, it's harder to graduate in 4 years because most of us are paying for our own education instead of doing scholarships and grants. Also, Narbe mentioned that 90% of transfers to Cal Poly Pomona is a transfer from the semester. However, the task force in 2010 Pomona did, out of the 90%, 88% of the transfers that came from a semester actually decided to come to Cal Poly Pomona over other institutions because it was a quarter-based system, and they wanted to have more hands-on, more diverse classes compared to what they got at community college as semester. That is why. And also, Alex mentioned that doing a semester will only have two sets of doing registrars and financial aid and stuff like that. However, semesters actually have the winter session that in between, that is fall and spring, which is about like a month long. So it's already shortened the amount of classes. So why pay for winter sessions for only a month when you can do a whole session of 10 weeks in the quarter system? Also, by doing the winter session, schools already have to do registrars, so people do have to come out, professors do have to come out, and they have to redo the scheduling, they have to do courses, they have to do financial aid. So really, if you think about it, it's just paying for the same amount of money for a shorter amount of period of education. So this is why I feel that Cal Poly Pomona should stay at a quarter system instead of a semester system.